All roads lead to Rome. Yeah, we've all heard that, right? But do they really? And should yours? You know what I mean? We're diving into Love to Visit Italy. It's a newsletter, and it's got all kinds of tips for travelers.
Ah, very cool.
Yeah. So get ready to discover Italy
Yeah.
beyond the, all the usual tourist traps. Because today we're going to map out your perfect Italian adventure.
I like it.
So let's start with this idea that all roads lead to Rome. What do you think?
Well, it's true that Rome's road system, like way back when, was like incredibly advanced.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It spanned the entire empire. It was crazy. But these roads weren't just like feats of engineering, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They were really the backbone of the entire empire, connecting everything back to Rome.
That's interesting.
So just imagine like legions marching on those roads to quell rebellions, or merchants bringing in all these exotic goods from far off lands,
Wow.
or messengers just relaying crucial information, you know?
Wow, yeah.
These roads allowed Rome to kind of like consolidate its power and spread its influence everywhere.
So in a very literal sense, like all roads did lead to Rome.
Yeah.
But this newsletter is taking us beyond just ancient history, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like,
Mhm.
love to visit Italy. This newsletter gives us a glimpse into like current travel trends.
Okay.
And one that really stands out to me is equestrian tourism.
Like horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Particularly in the Venetian Pre-Alps.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's not just about riding through, pretty landscapes.
Right.
It's about slowing down, connecting with nature,
Mm-hmm.
and just experiencing the Italian countryside like in a really authentic way.
I have to admit that sounds pretty tempting.
Yeah.
But for those of us planning a trip like soon,
Mm-hmm.
in the near future, the newsletter points out that 2024 is going to be a busy year for travel.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And there's a big reason why Rome is preparing for the Jubilee in 2025.
All right.
Millions of pilgrims are expected to arrive seeking forgiveness.
Hmm.
It's this ancient Catholic tradition.
Wow.
It's this really fascinating blend of history and spirituality that continues to draw people to Rome.
Millions of visitors.
Yeah.
Wow. That sounds like quite a crowd.
It will be, for sure. And, this ties into the growing concern about over-tourism.
Right.
The newsletter highlights Florence's like really proactive approach to managing tourism sustainably.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're implementing all these different measures like dispersing visitors, flows to less crowded areas, and promoting off-season travel.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Spreading the love.
Yeah.
So is Rome taking any cues from Florence to get ready for this influx of people in 2025?
That's a great question. And one we should definitely think about as we explore the rest of this newsletter.
Yeah, let's do it.
Rome's definitely going to be like a focal point in 2025. But this newsletter reminds us that Italy's magic goes way beyond just the capital.
Right. It's not just about Rome.
Yeah.
They have this whole section called like top 10 places to visit in Italy.
I saw that.
It shows how diverse Italy is.
Totally. Like, think about Milan.
Oh, yeah.
All the energy. The fashion scene. Amazing architecture, the Duomo or the Amalfi Coast. So beautiful. All those colorful villages like clinging to the cliffs above the water.
I can practically smell the salt air
Yeah.
and taste the limoncello just thinking about it.
Uh-huh. Right.
But they also mentioned some like lesser known places that I'm curious about, like Gibellina.
Oh, Gibellina is fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this perfect blend of art and culture and even like tragedy.
Really?
Yeah, this town in Sicily, it was completely destroyed by an earthquake back in 1968.
Oh, wow.
But then it was rebuilt as this like unique open air museum for contemporary art.
That's so cool.
And the best part, it's also in a really famous wine region.
So you can like check out the art and then sip some amazing Sicilian wine.
Exactly.
That sounds like the perfect combo.
It really does. And it just shows what this newsletter is all about. Helping travelers discover the hidden gems of Italy.
Right. Like get off the beaten path a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But no trip to Italy is complete without trying the food.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to have the food.
Yeah. The newsletter even has this funny section called Carbonara at the Colosseum.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because food is like such an essential part of the whole Italian experience.
It really is.
It's not even just about the food itself.
Right.
It's about those shared meals,
How?
the conversations,
Yeah.
the sense of community that happens around the table.
Yeah, like that family feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Whether you're in a busy trattoria having some fresh pasta or at a charming countryside restaurant enjoying a huge meal,
Right.
food is like a language that speaks to the heart of Italian culture.
It makes me think back to what we were talking about earlier with like the equestrian tourism.
Uh-huh.
It's like both of those experiences, they offer a chance to just slow down
Yeah,
and enjoy the simple things in life.
you got it.
Whether it's like the taste of real carbonara or the sound of horse hooves on a trail.
Beautiful. It really highlights what this whole deep dive is about,
Totally.
encouraging you to look beyond just the famous landmarks and
Yeah.
find the true soul of Italy.
So while all roads may have led to Rome, like back in the day,
Yeah.
it's clear now that there are tons of paths to explore in Italy. Absolutely. Each
Yeah.
one with its own unique charm and adventure.
For sure.
Yeah.
As we're wrapping up this look at Love to Visit Italy,
Yeah.
we want to leave you with a question. Where does your ideal Italian adventure begin?
Yeah.
And even if you do start in Rome, remember what we were saying about Florence?
Yeah, those tips about sustainable travel are good no matter where you go.
Right. It's about being aware of the impact we have when we travel
Yeah.
and choosing things to do that are good for both the visitors and the people who live there.
I like that. So maybe all roads shouldn't lead to Rome. At least not all at once.
True.
Maybe it's better to find those other routes, the hidden gems that let us connect with the real Italy.
That's what's so great about this newsletter and about Italy in general.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone.
Yeah.
Whether you like art and history or amazing scenery or food or just want to get away from it all.
Totally. So to wrap up this deep dive, we
Yeah.
want you to embrace that spirit of discovery. Don't be afraid to go off the beaten path. The best journeys are often the ones that surprise us. Well said. Happy travels.
Happy travels.